At the end of the war between the gods and the Titans, two Titans switched sides from Titans to gods. They were brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus. It may seem they did this for no reason, but Prometheus was able to see into the future and saw the defeat of the Titans. As he saw, the Titans were defeated, and only two Titans were spared. They were brothers Prometheus and Epimetheus. After the switch, the gods felt the brothers could be trusted, so Prometheus was given the monumental task of creating humans, while Epimetheus animals. Prometheus took care in the creation of man, creating them in God's image. But Epimetheus rushed through with the creation of animals, giving animals all the favorable traits. Much to the dismay of Prometheus, there were no favorable traits left at the end of the human creation. Thus, Prometheus went to Jupiter, king of the gods, and pleaded with him to let the humans have fire. But Jupiter refused, saying that fire was the gift of the gods alone. Prometheus felt that the humans were being treated unfairly, so he went down to earth and gave the humans an ember from Mount Olympus. From that day forth, the humans had the most favorable gift of all, the gift of fire. At first, Jupiter was furious with Prometheus for giving the humans fire. But once the humans started sacrificing the best of their meat to the gods, he was fine with the arrangement. But again, Prometheus felt sorry for the humans. Why should they have to give up their best meats to the gods? So, he, being tricky, devised a trick to fool Jupiter. Prometheus told the butcher to put in one pile all the good cuts of meat under the bone and sinews, and in another pile, the entrails covered with fat. Then he invited Jupiter down to earth and told him he had to choose one pile that the humans would sacrifice to the gods. Zeus obviously chose the entrails because they looked better, and was furious when he found out that he had been tricked. As a punishment, Prometheus was chained to Mount Cascus in unbreakable chains. Each day, an eagle would go to Prometheus and eat his liver, and, because he was a god, each day the liver grew back. It was not until his son Deucalion came that he was free from his torment, when Deucalion drove the eagle away. As a punishment for the humans going along with the plans of Prometheus, the gods crafted a beautiful woman and called her Pandora. Pandora was crafted in the form of Venus, so she was a very beautiful woman. All the gods gave her gifts, making her even more desirable than before. Lastly, Jupiter put curiosity in her head and gave her a jar, telling her never to open it. Then Pandora was offered as a gift to Epimetheus. Even though Prometheus warned him never to accept a gift from Jupiter, he accepted her anyways, and married her. Pandora was very unhappy at the arrangement, and always wondered what was in the box. She was so curious that she just had to open the box. So one day, she opened the box just a bit to get a look at what was inside. But that was enough time to let all the furies out, such as greed, vanity, slender, and envy. When she saw these things come out, she closed the box as quickly as she could. But she only trapped one thing inside the box. Much to her dismay and the dismay of all humankind, the only thing that she trapped was hope. Once the Furies came out of the box of Pandora, man turned evil. They turned so evil that Jupiter decided it was best to kill off all mankind with the Great Flood. Only one man did not turn evil, and that was the son of Prometheus, Deucalion. Deucalion was the son of Prometheus, and, one day, Deucalion decided to help his father. He went to Mount Cascus to save his father from torment, but he was not successful in breaking the chains. He was only successful in keeping the eagle away. In thanks, Prometheus told Deucalion of Jupiter's plans, and told him to build a great ark with his wife, Pyrrha. For 9 days and 9 nights, it rained so hard that nothing but the highest mountain peaks remained above water. Both Deucalion and Pyrrha were sad at the loss of their race, but they went to a temple, lit the sacred fire on the altar, and prayed to the gods for saving their lives. Jupiter was touched by the piety, so he told them, "Pick up the bones of your mother and throw them over your shoulders." Deucalion was clever like his father, so he understood that Jupiter meant Mother Earth, and her bones were the rocks on Earth. So he and Pyrrha picked up stones and threw them over their shoulders. Once they did this, man sprung up from the rocks. This new race of humans was called Deucalion's race. The race Deucalion made was from rock, and was harder than the race made of clay before them. So, they were able to withstand the furies Pandora had loosed on the earth. But they still plagued mankind to this day. Eos was the mother of the four winds who carried out the wishes of Jupiter to flood the earth with water and kill off all evil. Eos arose every day and sprinkled the earth with nice dew. She woke before all other nature did do this, and all animals rejoiced to see her awake. One morning, while Eos was carrying out her daily duties, her eyes happened to fall upon a youth prince just waking. The youth prince was so handsome that Eos was not able to take her eyes off of the prince. Eos wished to marry the prince, but there was one problem. How could an immortal goddess marry a mortal who died within a few decades? So Eos went to Jupiter as soon as her morning duties were finished, and pleaded with the god to grant immortal life to the young prince. Jupiter, seeing how happy Eos was with the prince, granted her wish, and Eos took Tithonus, the prince, into her palace. The couple spent many years together, but Eos forgot to ask Jupiter one thing. She forgot to ask him to bestow eternal youth upon the prince, and, as time wore on, he became older and older. His voice changed from a manly voice to a feeble squeak. He shrank to a tiny man, but could not die. Finally, he got so small that Eos had to hide him in a basket in a corner of her palace. There, as time wore on, he turned into a small grasshopper, chirping for all eternity. But Eos stayed youthful and joyous, always a joy to see as she announced the coming of her brother, the sun.